Go ahead.
All right. First half was a little bit bizarre. Not often do you see one team shoot 17 more shots than another team and be down. We were up at halftime and we had 17 less shots. Obviously, that happens for two reasons in particular. One is we were turning the ball over and not getting shots. We had 12 or 13, I think it's 13 turnovers in the first half. And then the flip side of that, we were giving up second shots. And they had 9 offensive rebounds, 15 points from second chance opportunities. So those two reasons enabled them to get a bunch of shots in the first half that I think really tilted things, the last part of the first half there. The game plan, I think, was pretty simple at halftime. Try and correct those two things the best we can and continue to work. Look, they have some really talented players, and they have a good team, and I was really proud of our guys. The reality, too, is any freshman, it just takes time. I think all of our freshmen are getting in there, and they're learning, and we have to throw them in the fire, and they have to be able to experience that. And I think every time we're going to go out there, we're going to see improvement, not only by our freshmen, but the rest of the guys as well.
Okay, and we'll look for questions in the queue. Who wants to get us started? We'll go to RJ Abadia. Go ahead, RJ.
Hey, Coach, just wondering if you could just kind of work us through Zaire and Noah's day. You talked a little bit about it, I know, but just Zaire working through some early frustration to find his game, and then just what Noah gave you pretty much all day long.
Yeah, I've said it a bunch. Z needs reps. He needs reps in practice. He needs reps in games. And the more he does, the more comfortable he's going to feel and the more success he will have. I thought he stuck with it today. I thought yesterday in practice, today, I think is growing with his effort. But there's a learning curve, and he's going to be fine. He's going to be he already is a big time player. He's going to continue to develop in that way. But it's just going to be reps. He needs reps. And then with Noah, the thing that he needs to be able to do is really compete. And there was one possession in the second half where there's a loose ball and he tracked it down right in front of our bench in the corner. And all that was effort. And I thought that was a fantastic sign. But I think he gave us some really good minutes. Certainly excited for both of them and excited to have a chance to coach them moving forward. And
then is Dejan's situation a day-to-day situation at this point, or how are you handling that at this point?
It is. He and I'll sit down tomorrow and evaluate everything. So don't know his status yet, but tomorrow we'll certainly visit and we'll let you know when the time comes up.
Thank you.
We'll go next to Scott Reese. Go ahead, Scott.
You're on mute.
Scott, you're on mute.
There we go. Now can you hear me?
Gotcha.
Okay, good. It's the combination radio post-game Zoom, so uncharted territory for us. Oscar didn't do anything that you don't expect him to do today, but he winds up with really a historic line. I mean, you talk about 9 of 11, 14 of 14, 9 rebounds. He was phenomenal. What did you see from him, and how much of a confidence boost and I guess reinforcement is it to Oscar to know that, if you've got the ability to do that once, keep doing it until they stop you?
Well, hopefully it really helps the team understand what I've been saying too. I've said 1,000 times in practices and in games that he needs to touch the ball. And it doesn't need to be to score or get fouled even, but he's going to generally make the right play. And the more touches he gets, the better. I mean, you talk about efficiency. To be able to score 32 points on 11 shots is a little bit ridiculous. But it shows what kind of efficiency he has in his game. And again, the more he touches it, he'll draw more and more attention. And when that happens, it's still going to be a good thing for us because he can distribute and then get other guys involved from there.
And our next question comes from John Platts. Go ahead, John.
Coach, I want to talk about the second half and how Zaire kind of got more into the flow. It seemed like he was attacking the basket a little bit more. He made that inbounds pass off the backside of the CSUN player and got a bucket. I mean, how much of this for him maybe is just go play a little bit? And it just seemed like that second half there was kind of more energy from him, a little bit more purpose from him.
No question. And the reality is we want him to relax and go play and let his instincts shine through. But the problem is until you get out there and have the reps, we have guys cutting all over the place. We have movement, we have ball movement, player movement. And if you don't have a comfort level within the offense, your instincts may say go right when you should be going left because of the way we're cutting and moving. And again, the experience and the reps have to get higher for him to really shine through. But as you can see, so many times throughout the games, you can see how much potential is there. And I think it's going to be a quick learning curve for him, and he's going to be continuing to get better every game.
We will go next to Grant Avalon. Go ahead, Grant.
Coach, it's mid-December, but you're a few games away from your conference opener, and especially with Arizona being an empty gym will be different. So with so many things unique about the Pac-12 opener this year, are you approaching it any differently?
I don't even know how we're approaching it yet. We're trying to get through today, and then tomorrow our whole goal is going to be get through tomorrow. The quick answer is no, we're not going to approach it differently. We'll scout the same way. We'll prep it the same way. We'll practice the same way. And everything is different, but at this point, everything's the same. We've been through a few games now and the travel and on the road. And so I don't think there's a whole lot of a different mindset than what we've already done this season. And then for any game, we'll prep it the same way we've done this year and other years.
We've got time for a couple more. We're going to go to Jacob Rayburn first. Go ahead, Jacob.
Hey, Coach.
Mute.
I unmuted myself and then got muted.
You're good now.
False start. So, Coach, congratulations and welcome back to California. And wondering your thoughts about one of your peers. A lot of folks are chiming in about Tara getting to win number potentially 1,099 today. Just saying that number is a bit remarkable. Your thoughts on that achievement? I think we've talked about Tara before and at a previous milestone, and maybe that the enormity was hard for even another coach to grasp.
Well, I certainly cannot grasp it, but I certainly appreciate how profound it is and how much energy and work and wisdom has gone into all that. Excited for her and her program, all the people that have helped her along the way. But she's an unbelievable coach, and it's an unbelievable milestone, and it really is something that's probably hard for me to be able to put into words. But I've been fortunate to see how she does things and conducts herself within our athletic department, along with so many great coaches on the farm. So I've been a beneficiary of some of that. But the bottom line is I'm excited for her, and it's truly remarkable.
And actually, one follow-up, if I may, on that, you've also played and coached alongside one of the all-time greats as well, in Roy Williams. These coaches, when they become so successful in sports, kind of get talked about as legends, almost as superhuman. But being up close and personal to that work, how would you describe how someone goes about kind of achieving what everyone else kind of ascribes to being this superhuman achievement?
Well, every coach is going to be a little bit different in how they achieve these unbelievable milestones, but I think there are probably some commonalities as well. Generally they're pretty high quality people and people like being around them. They tend to run an entire program instead of coach a basketball team. They tend not to have any major weaknesses because those things can kind of come back and bite you. And I think all of those kind of things I would say are synonymous with Coach Williams and Tara, and those things have, I think, at least been some part of their success. And they certainly have many other traits as well.
Thank you, Coach.
We'll close it out with Bruce Pascoe. Go ahead, Bruce.
Yeah, Coach, I was wondering, I know you said some of this, but what it's been like kind of living this vagabond or nomadic lifestyle, whatever you want to call it. And I'm wondering, even, are you going to go home to Stanford later this week and unpack your bags, or do you go straight to Santa Cruz, or kind of what's the plan, and what's it been like?
Yeah, good question. The answer is I can't give you an honest answer because it tends to change day by day. At this point, there are no plans to go back to the farm and go back to Stanford. At this point,
I didn't know that. Okay.
We'll head up to Santa Cruz and prepare there. But we're literally hour by hour, day by day, continuing to evolve and adjust and adapt. Obviously, games across the country and conference continue to get canceled. Our conditions continue to change. So we've been very good at adapting right now, and we've preached that to our guys, and we'll continue to be that way. But our plan right now is to go up to Santa Cruz and start preparing there.
Was there anything that you got out of that extended stay in North Carolina? I know you've got a little bit of roots there, if that helped maybe. And, was there any more team bonding or anything, or anything you guys got out of that just kind of really extended time?
Yeah, we're approaching everything with the glasses half full. I'm sure a bunch of people got hotel points they can use someday to, get a free hotel room someday. But all these experiences, we are manufacturing a little bit of things to, team building type events. But the really good stuff is just the time on the bus or the time at practice, and going through shared adversity is really what it's all about. They might remember if we put together a unity, type presentation or have some kind of a team bonding activity, and that's great. But the really team bonding and the things they're going to talk about many years from now are going to be just this experience as a whole. And while we might manufacture things here and there, just the experience and again, the shared adversities are going to be the things that really bond this team together in the short term and the long term.
All right, thanks.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. Congrats. And again, Stanford next up is Arizona on Saturday. That game's in Santa Cruz.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.